I would say that if you look at American history, there are several themes that come through very clearly and consistently. One is the willingness to take risks. We are really founded on risk. The Revolutionary War was one of the most astonishing risks ever launched. Every new American who crossed the ocean, whether it was the Atlantic or the Pacific, was taking a terrific risk just coming here. And with risk, of course, went responsibility, but the risk was often, if not always, in an atmosphere of opportunity. Well, of course, they had to improvise and make do, and they were accustomed to preparing for the worst. Anybody who lived on a farm, let's say in New England, or people who had crossed into what was then the frontier of western Massachusetts or Pennsylvania or Kentucky, they had to know how to do a lot of things, and they had to take on individual responsibility to a degree that we're not accustomed to, which had to do with inability to get from one place to another rapidly. If Abigail Adams was going to decide whether to have her children inoculated for smallpox, because the smallpox epidemic was sweeping through Quincy, Massachusetts, and other neighboring Massachusetts towns, she couldn't pick up the phone and call her husband back in Philadelphia, down in Philadelphia at the Continental Congress, to say, "You better come home. We've got to decide what to do," or "You better get on the next plane and be here." She had to make that decision herself, so that the inconveniences of transportation and communication, by our terms, weren't just a nuisance. They also developed a kind of self-reliance and a realistic understanding that you were you were going to be judged by, and you had to assume the responsibility of your own actions. And that's a very different kind of world. And it defeated a lot of people, but it also gave rise to some very strong kinds of integrity and ability to make do.